Hi, everybody, and welcome to 20 Minute TTRPGs, the show where we, myself, and our amazing guests talk all things game design and create a game in under 20 minutes. I'm your host, Angel Amore. I'm wearing a dark green, customized, though you can't see it, Mexico jersey for the next big soccer season. It has Angel written on the back, and instead of a jersey number, it says 27, which is my birthday. I am a brown Latina femme with very long hair and really beautiful glossy pink makeup. That is my vibe, and you're watching Euphoria. Euphoria is a community to spotlight diverse TTRPG creatives here in the EU and outside of the US. So please support and follow Euphoria on all of our socials, either listed below or in the chat. As for the content warnings of the show, we can't give you any because we don't know what we're going to end up creating. But I can promise that whatever we make, we're going to keep it to PG-13 max. So, and now, without further ado, I am so excited to introduce our wonderful guest today, one of my oldest friends in the space, one of my very favorite people, Drak at Drakoniques. Please tell the people who you are and what you do.
Hi, I'm Drak or Drakonics. I do TTRPG, actual play, production and performing, go to write and design TTRPGs, narrative and mechanically. I use he, they pronouns and I'll describe myself. I'm a black mask person, trimmed beard and moustache, uh, flat high top, so sides shaved, but top fairly high when it comes to the haircut. Currently wearing glasses, dark brown eyes, very tired eyes. I think is very visible, so I'm gonna call it out. Currently wearing a charcoal gray shirt. I'll be honest, charcoal gray sweater. I'll be honest, I don't know what's actually on it. It's I just grabbed it, so but it has a white, gray, black, and yellow design on it, and with a cityscape along it. Um, because yeah, what else? I think that's
Tell the
pretty much
people
it.
what you've worked on.
Oh, I worked on okay, yeah.
Worked on some amazing things.
I've worked on a couple of Paizo games. I worked on Lost Omens Divine Mysteries over on Paizo, where we wrote about some of the gods. I also worked on the recently announced Lost Omens High Seas, which is a setting and supplement for if you want to have your Pathfinder game on the high seas with pirates and assassins and the like. I've written for Cubicle 7's Doctor Who TTRPG, writing for their 50th anniversary, no, 60th anniversary rather, which was very, very, very fun. Um, what else have I written? I've done a lot of really cool. I've had the opportunity to do really cool stuff. If you want to find out anything I've done, just follow me on socials at Drakoniques, Drakoniques. Mostly on Blue Sky though, so just add a .itch.io on Blue Sky to find me there.
Yes. And everybody very much should. I have been with you since pretty much, I think, the beginning-ish, both of us.
Yeah, pretty close. Yeah.
And I have gotten to see you do some absolutely breathtaking, incredible things, and I cannot wait to keep seeing what you're going to do. And for some of you who have been there the whole time, you've actually guested on several of my shows before
Yeah.
and several of my talk shows. So if you guys are fans from way back when, and you actually watched Eat Crit in its very first season, Drak was one of my very first guests. So we did briefly address this, but not the full question. So first, obviously, of course, as always, I want to know, or want you to, I know, but I want you to tell the audience how you got into TTRPGs. And then more importantly, I want to know, and I want everybody to hear how you got into game design in that order.
Yeah. Teacher beats as a whole, I won't go into too much detail, but I very suddenly I couldn't sleep without having like something playing in the background. And I'm pretty sure I was listening to like a Markiplier YouTube video, and then I fell asleep, and then I woke up in the middle of a show on Geek and Sundry called The Foreververse. I think it was run by Ivan Van Norman. And I was like, what is this? Who are these people? There's only one person in there who I recognized, who was Trisha Hashberger. I don't think I actually told you this. I used to be a huge SourceFed fan, which was like a YouTube news network. And Trisha Hashberger was one of the hosts on that. So I was like, oh, Trisha's in this. That's cool. I guess I'll hang out and watch, and learned what teacher RPGs were through that. And then I started playing after watching Code of 1991 over on click on Hyper RPG, and I saw a Bria Iyengar there. I was like, "This is cool. A black person playing this? I wanna play this," and kinda got into it, since then. Designing, um, I I suppose narrative design, because I think I came into that in twofold. Narrative design, I started because I ended up playing, like, maybe TTRPGs for maybe 2 or 3 years at that point, and I was like, "I kinda wanna see how it works on the inside." I played it, I wanna make it. And the incredible, Banana Chan, like, many people know Banana Chan. I tweeted this, I was like, "Hey, I really wanna try this," and Banana Chan was like, "Hey, I'm writing a game, do you wanna write, like, an adventure for it?" I was like, "Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing, are you sure? Are you okay with that?" And Banana was like, "Yeah, if you have any questions, let me know, but I'm down for you to, write for this game." So I wrote for, and I believe the first one was, I wrote with Banana Chan twice, I believe. I think the first one was Damus, no, was it Damus Academy? I think
Damascus
it was Damus
Academy?
Academy.
Oh, Damon Academy.
Yeah,
Yes. I remember Damus
um,
Academy.
yeah, and Banana Chan
Beautiful.
help me out there with, if I had any questions. Yeah, they're incredible. Banana Chan, I feel like Banana Chan has been the cause for many people getting into game
Yes.
design.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes. Banana was such a massive support for me when I first started also. And I
yeah,
remember that it took us 6 months to meet because every guest that I had on Ecrit would be like, you know who you would get along with? Banana Chan. And I'd be like,
yeah.
I'm fucking trying. I'm trying, but you don't know how busy this person is. And
Yeah,
then eventually finally got her on the show and we just immediately hit it off. There are very few people I think I admire as much design wise as much as I admire Banana.
yeah.
Just an incredible mind and so kind,
So
so
sweet.
so supportive. And
Yeah,
that's like the most important thing is that I think you and I have gone through this space and realized the most important thing anybody can be is genuine and supportive,
yeah,
and open to helping people up into
yeah.
new ways
Take
to
a part,
create.
yeah, yeah,
That's amazing. I'm very glad that Banana got to be part of your start in game design. So that it's good to have like a friendly face and a helping hand when you're
yeah.
starting out because it is very daunting. Like I mean, nobody looks at an oil painting in a museum and just goes, "Yeah,
I
I'm
can do
sure I can do that." It's like, no, it's very daunting to start. Everything you make in the beginning is going to be a little bit more awkward of a process because you're still figuring out, colors and the brushes and
Yeah,
it's the same with every creative endeavor. So I'm very glad you had somebody that I also know is like so wonderful there the whole
yeah.
time.
No, I owe a lot
Yes,
to, to Banana Chan.
me too. Me too. This is secretly actually just the Banana Chan Love podcast because we love Banana so
Yeah,
very
hi guys,
much.
we tricked you.
Yes. I want to know now, as a game designer and as a game writer, which many people are not really sure how synonymous those two are. And I agree, it's a bit of a gray blend area between
Yeah.
them. But when it comes to writing and designing for TTRPGs, what inspires you now?
I will say, and I've not, it's not a secret because I'm pretty vocal about it with my, on social with just role playing and teacher piece as a whole. A lot of my inspiration comes from media I enjoy. And for a long time that has been stuff like very much anime. Anime is very high up there. But I also am like just a lover of stuff like time travel and think about time as a whole is often comes into play. Um, so a lot of the time is the media I'm currently consuming or has like been pivotal to my growth as a person, usually my inspiration. Um, and I think definitely right now it would be anime.
Amazing. I actually thought of you the other day because I was writing for something and it had time travel as like the main aspect. And immediately I went, when I work on this further, I need to text Drak. There's nobody else I should be talking to about this.
It's really funny. I don't know if I told you this. I probably
Mhm.
have. We have told you so many things. I only recently, I say recently, it's been within the past 3 or 4 years, but I recently, quote unquote recently, um, started talking about more publicly how much I love time travel and the idea of time, moving through it. And but
Mhm.
even before then, every single time I was brought onto a project of some kind, time was related somehow. Like, either I came on as a guest to play, like, a time deity, or I came on or I was asked to, like, write a in Doctor Who, for example, Or like recently, I voiced one of the characters over on Transplanet RPG, and they're like, "Hey, here's the character I want you to voice." And I was like, "Okay, cool. What's their vibe?" And they're like, "Oh yeah, they're a chronomancer." And I'm like, "Oh, okay, cool. I'm down for it." But I didn't realize everyone knew me. Everyone was fully aware of what I love. Uh,
Very much, yes, because I knew that. But I want our guests to know it too, our viewers. So that, that makes sense. And I remember that I did ask you this question, and I don't think I asked it to you privately. I think I asked you on one of the shows that you were on. It's entirely, we talk about so much, like
yeah,
you said, that it's hard to know what I've asked you in an interview and what I've asked you privately. Um, I used to know the answer to this, but then it happened.
yeah,
And now you need to have a different answer. But if you could design a TTRPG for an IP, like straight up adapting an IP for a company, which IP would it be? It used to be Doctor Who,
yeah,
and that goal has been achieved. Achieved as
yeah,
hell, by the way.
yeah,
I remember you telling me about it and it happening and watching it happen was incredible, and I was and still am so excited for you. And now I want to know what's the next one, because maybe if we talked about that first one, it helped it come to pass.
yeah.
So let's
We
let's
manifested it.
let's put it, yes, let's put it into the world. What would it be
Yeah.
now?
So previously, it was Doctor Who. I'm a huge Doctor Who fan, and then I got to write for the official Doctor Who TTRPG for the 60th anniversary. Um, I think now, oh, that's a tough one. I think if I could like fully the IP itself, I think I'd really want to write. Damn, I think I really want to write a ReZero TTRPG.
Oh,
Um,
okay,
ReZero,
cool.
starting life from zero. It's an anime. And without spoilers, the general concept is it's an isekai, classic isekai, a a guy who doesn't do much socially gets hit by I think like a van and then wakes up in a fantasy world. Um, but they have no power. They don't. The only power they have is that whenever they die, they start again. Like it's like Groundhog Day. Um,
Oh,
and that's terrifying
okay.
in a world where
That
everyone but
is.
you has magic.
Mhm.
Um, it's a really good anime, I highly recommend it, and I've been for a very long time, I've been very obsessed with the idea of, like, time loops and
Mhm.
trying to figure out how to mechanize that, especially in a way that's interesting to watch and play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is,
Mm.
I would love to see more APs grapple with suddenly dunking their party into a time loop
Yeah,
situation. I think that would be so fascinating to play. And I'm torn between, do I want to watch that more or do I want to be in it?
yeah.
I would love that. I would love to see that. And then finally, to conclude our interview portion, who do you admire in tabletop gaming right now? You don't have to
I
pick
think
just one.
yeah, I'm oh, I think I think Steve and Connie over on Transplanar
Oh yeah.
are big inspirations. I think watching Transplanar grow. The Transplanar was one of the first
Mhm.
teacher RPG like channels I followed. Was one of the first communities I joined. I still remember like hopping into their Discord immediately being like, "Hey, I have no idea what's going on, but I love the episode I watched." Um, so I think I'd definitely Connie and C. Humna has been a big one. I remember when I first saw Humna was when I was one of the run co-founders of Friends Roll Dice, and I saw Hamler playing. They came on for, I believe, a charity event, and they played For the Queen, and I was like, I've never seen someone role play so beautifully, so earnestly. I was like, I must have them in another. I must play with them. I must have them in another show. And then since then, we've been good friends, which has been really nice. Um, yeah, I think those are like my biggest because especially what they're doing now with Transplaner's recent live, like in person show,
Yes, the
Last
God
Hope.
Killer. Yes.
Yeah, that was
Oh,
like
that was groundbreaking.
really groundbreaking to me. It blew my mind.
Incredible. It was
Um,
incredible for them
yeah,
to hear so many people say you can't have a two-person in studio. You can have a two-person studio. It's like, why the fuck not? And
yeah,
also, it's going to be incredible.
It was beautiful.
It was beautiful. Watching it live felt like taking part in a historic event. Like, I feel
Yeah.
like that's how the
Yeah.
people that watch Heated Rivalry live every week in a sports bar felt. That's how I felt about watching God Killer
They
the
did
Last
Heated
Vote
Rivalry
every
before
week.
Heated Rivalry.
They did. Oh, they did. They so did. Connie and
Yeah.
Steve definitely, I'm sure that they have role played a heated rivalry many times over before. But that
Yeah.
really is a beautiful project. And Hamna is probably one of the most gifted performers I've ever gotten to see and work with.
Yeah.
And getting to direct them in The Angel You Know
Yep.
was a professional highlight because it's so beautiful to work with a talent that is so shiny, so
Yeah.
incredible. And then we'll look at you and be like, what are your notes?
Yeah.
And then immediately translate them like perfectly and
Incredible.
cherish them and want the feedback and then and have feedback. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful cycle.
And so giving up a scene partner as well, like they
Yeah.
will prop up your character just as much as they prop up their own. It's just they're so good. And
They are.
on top of that, hyper RPG, especially Zach, but
Mm-hmm.
hyper RPG as a whole was a huge inspiration because I've always been, when it came to stories and storytelling and what stories I like to watch, I really enjoyed shows like Gravity Falls, or I haven't finished watching it, but I'm recently started watching Lost. Like shows that have you like thinking and theorizing, even after
Mm-hmm.
the show's ended, it still has you thinking. I'm
Yeah.
really, really obsessed with shows like that, and Kolok was definitely the first. And honestly, like even though there are theorizing other shows, no one has done it to the extent that Kolok 1991 did. So like still probably the best when it comes to like theorizing and world building and adding ciphers and puzzles for the viewers to play with as well as the players. So I think they're my biggest inspirations.
That is incredible. I think that this interview alone has so many incredible references to projects and people that I think our viewers will be fed for a very long time to
Yeah.
come, just looking up any one or two of those things. And you really, really should. So now though, we get to highlight how brilliant you are and me. And we are going to design a game together. How do you
Ooh,
feel about that? You feel good?
I feel good. I've done a lot of narrative design, game design. I'm still like mechanics and game design. I'm still very new to, but I've been doing some of my free time and stuff like Sick Machination. So I think I've got the hang of it. So I'm excited to do it on the fly for an audience with a wheel deciding our fate.
I love this. I love the trans wheel deciding my fate every day. Before that, just for everybody who might be new, every show we get a little seed of inspiration. That's what I call the kind of jumping off point piece of media that'll inspire us where we're going to make a game. We're not going to adapt, we're just going to be inspired by it. And I always use Wheel of Names, which has a bunch of wheels that I wrote myself for different categories, all based so far primarily on media that I've consumed or that I own. And so it's very personalized, but that means it's very cool and new to all of my guests because I just have so many specific niche things in between. And these wheels of inspiration are also what I use on the solo version of the show, 10-Minute TTRPGs, which is a podcast. And that's how I designed New in Town, which was inspired by a DS game, Animal Crossing Wild World. And now it's a physical zine you can buy now at RPG Zine Club. You can also get the PDF. And if you want to, I want you to design along with us. So we're going to get the seed of inspiration and we're going to go through some questions and we're going to make a game and it's going to be awesome. We're going to do it in 20 minutes. You, the viewer, do not have to do it in 20 minutes if you don't want to, but it's a fun little challenge. I do it in 10 minutes on my solo show because I have no self-control and I'm very competitive. And I also was an athlete growing up, which is something that you and I always bonded over in the beginning. It's like we have that insane competitive spirit where we just get really like about something, and that's why on my solo show I go very hard. I don't recommend necessarily doing that, but 20 minutes or so is good to get a little something going. And I recommend you using it. And if you need any help, you can use, you can listen to the show, or you can grab the free PDF of the formula that I use, which is on my itch. So we're going to use this wonderful man-made wheel, and I'm going to give you guys my last disclaimer, which is to never, ever, ever use AI. No Gen AI, any kind of Gen AI is theft. It kills the planet, and it is in complete opposition with even the essence of creativity. We're never going to use it. You should never use it. Please don't use it. If you use it in the games that you submit to the jam, which you should. If you make a game, you should submit it to the ongoing 65, 67-year long itch jam that I set up called the 10 and 20 minute TTRPG Mega Jam. If you have Gen AI in your game and you submit it, I will disqualify it and then block you, so you won't get to submit anymore. So it's in your best interest, really, not to use it. So we're about to spin the wheel. Let's take a deep breath. The most important thing is that we're going to have fun. Okay?
Yeah.
All right. Let's spin the wheel, Darcy. Let's see what we get. I'm so curious. Every time I'm so curious. Oh, you know what? It's because you said you're not as movie.
Yeah.
It can smell fear.
It sensed it.
It knew. It knew. Okay, let's go to the movie wheel. I'm so curious. We haven't had this one this season yet. So let's go to the movie wheel. Oh boy. Yeah. Oh.
I don't think a single one that I recognize this is gonna be good.
Oh, you're gonna love the design concept of this. Okay, so Urban Legends, also for anybody in the audience who doesn't know, is one of my favorite movies. It is technically a horror movie from the early 2000s. It's very beautiful, like fall college campus 2000s. And the premise is that one by one, the people in a friend group on a college campus are getting picked off by a serial killer via urban legends. So you know the urban legends you used to tell each other in high school, where it's like one of them where it's like this girl comes home late, and I'll keep it very PG-13, I promise. She comes home late and she hears some noises, but the lights are all off in her room with her roommate. And so she's like, I'm going to be respectful. I'm just going to go to bed. She goes to bed. She wakes up and the roommate is dead. And on the wall, it says, aren't you glad you didn't turn on the light? These kinds of urban legends.
Okay, yeah.
So they're all getting picked off one by one by different urban legends that basically made real. Until they figure out who does it. Robert Englund, who plays Freddy in the Nightmare on Elm Street movies, he has a fun cameo role in that, as well as the guy who plays Death on Supernatural.
Oh, I haven't watched Supernatural. I probably won't. I've heard
it's been a minute and it's a lot and it's not so great. It's mostly like a hostage situation.
Yeah, the only thing I know from Supernatural is super hell. I just literally just the phrase. I don't know what it means. I don't know what it's about.
I forgot that that's where that's from, because I've been wishing for people to go to Super Hell, and I forgot where I got that from, and now I remember it. I'm gonna shut my mouth in future, because I'm just outing myself as like somebody who watched all of Supernatural, and I'm gonna maybe not do that in future. But okay, so urban legends. Do you feel comfortable moving with that one, or do you want to do something else?
That sounds fun.
Okay, cool. Let me reset my timer. I cancel that and put it to 20 minutes. So I'm going to hit start on the timer. Darcy, now. All right. First general thing. What's kind of jumping out at you? What element are you kind of interested in here?
I mean, I guess my first would be the urban legends bit, because urban legends is obviously very heavily inspired by where you are.
Yes.
So I guess, I don't know. Are we playing as the people being picked off? Are we doing the picking off? Is that a solo game?
You know what? It's kind of cool to think about it from the killer's perspective.
Yeah.
I won't give it away in case anybody wants to watch the movie, but the killer is one of my favorites in all movies ever. A wonderful, wonderful killer with a wonderful motivation. And I'm kind of rooting for them in between because it's just so fucking compelling. But it also, like, what flair?
That's a really cool concept.
Yeah, it's very effort. It's very like high effort.
Yeah.
I think it'd be kind of cool for once to play a game where you're the person picking people off.
Yeah.
Because if ever I think about like horror games, and I love so many of them, we're kind of playing as like the victims, trying to avoid it. So it'd be kind of cool to play as the serial killer.
Yeah, I like that.
That is so cool. Okay, it could be. I mean, if it's a serial killer thing, it could be like a solo adventure, like I don't want to say full like dungeon crawler type thing, but like kind of like a solo thing where you are trying to go through and succeed in these different kills.
Yeah.
And I think it'd be cool as a solo game. What do you think?
I think that makes sense. Yeah.
I'm so in love with this idea already. Mm-hmm.
I can't think of a way, or at least a satisfying way to make that more than just you. Either
You know
you're
what? It could be we can also always have a second. We can have like a two-person, like
like
just so you have a little tension
yeah,
of like because like usually there's like the victim pool, but there's like it's always about one person in the
yeah,
end. It's always about one person and it's their friend pool. You know, it's like Melissa Barrera's character is like the target in the new, Scream movies, which are the only ones that matter. And or like, it's like it's Alicia DeWitt's character specifically in who I love, who was wonderful in that movie from Osgood Perkins. With Nicolas Cage. Very, very good in that one. She's the main character in Urban Legends,
yeah.
the actress.
Okay.
So it's about her and her history, her past. It's always about them and their past. So let's see, it could be kind of like a turn taking thing
Yeah,
where
that's
it's
what I'm
like the
thinking.
serial killer has like turns and things. And then it's kind of like Pokemon. And then it's about the main person who's like being targeted, kind of responding and
Yeah.
trying to preemptively protect. And then it goes back.
Yeah, I like that. It being like a bouncing back and forth kind of thing.
Because that has like, depending on how fast you sometimes react, it can kind of get very like hectic, which
Yeah.
would be very much in the spirit of like, there's somebody trying to kill me. So yeah, we've
Yeah.
got the killer versus the final girl.
I like that. I think that's a really good idea.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. That's good tension. Okay, so that is the kind of the general basis. So the end game is that we want only one person left standing.
Yeah. Either the killer or the final girl.
Exactly. So we start off already in the kills. I think it's already been happening. So maybe you're like halfway through the friend group.
Yeah.
Yeah, I prefer games where you like drop right in it,
Right into
you
the thick
know?
of it. Yeah.
And then you have to go until the bitter end. And how do you think we get there? Like what we're thinking about like the possible actions for each of their turns?
Oh. I think because I do want to figure out a way to get urban legends in. Maybe you can just have like suggestions of urban legends that
Mhm.
people can choose from, but the players themselves can decide on them
Yeah.
ultimately. Um, but what turns look like? I feel like, hmm,
I feel like the urban legends thing could kind of fit in like the character creation part of like just you
yeah,
you you decide you don't have to pick from one because they're so culturally specific, but
yeah,
you have to base your killer on that, and then you have to come up with maybe there's three actions that each kind of I'm very Pokemon brained right now because I just played Pokemon Red for the first time.
I
But
think
you know
that's
how
the
you
one.
can like fight, run, or like bag.
Yeah,
You can fight, run, or you can use your bag. I think that maybe each of them has three different things, and they can only pick one per turn.
yeah,
That they or like one and a response because if somebody like tries to kick your ass, you don't want to get stuck having to fight back and not being able to do anything else. So I
yeah,
think everybody has like an action and a reaction per turn that they do. I'm thinking dice. That's probably the way to keep it
yeah,
simplest. Dice, like a d6.
yeah,
Yeah. So let's say so for the killer, one of the three actions could be attack.
yeah,
And then you describe like kind of like GM, you kind of like lay the scene of like, what is the themed attack? And are you attacking a side character or the final girl? Or should we zoom in and it's only about like, and the final girl's the only one left and it's like turn taking in the final
I think the
battle?
final girl being the only one left
Okay. Yeah.
makes
Because
sense. Yeah,
it kind of makes it a little more focused.
yeah,
So you have to describe the themed attack against the final girl that you
yeah.
do, if that's what you do. Um, what are two other things that the killer could do instead of attack immediately?
Prepare.
That's
Maybe
true.
give you
Prepare
like
could
a
give you like an
boon for the next
advantage.
turn. Yeah,
You could have like if you choose to prepare, it's risky because in that time the final girl could do something like
yeah,
solve
like
because the final
oh
girl doesn't know who
yeah,
you are. So if the final girl gets maybe too many successes on solve, they unmask you before you get to kill them.
yeah. I like that. I think
Hmm.
I like that attack is like the goal of the killer, solve is the goal of the final girl.
Yes.
And yeah.
Perfect.
Um,
So let's say that final girl has to have,
we could call it investigate, I guess. Because
yeah,
then 12
it's
could be
investigate, yeah.
the end
Exactly.
state. Yeah.
So if you have, I want to say 5 critical successes
Okay.
on investigate, maybe so it's like a rolling from a 5 to a 6.
Which is 6.
If you collect them,
Ooh.
like all 5, then you've
Yeah.
unmasked this person, which is why it's like risky for them to choose not to attack, but it
Yeah.
would give them an advantage on attacking. So
Yeah.
it's like, depending on where you're at, you might want to attack instead because she's too close, or you might be like, she's not that close, I can try. That's
And
a
then we
good
have,
balance,
like,
I think.
for the final girl, we can have like the equivalent of prepare, be, defend to give
Yes.
them
It's
an
kind of like Home
advantage.
Alone. You can kind of Home
Yeah.
Alone your apartment, or, get a mace,
Yeah.
take a taekwondo class, do
Yeah.
something, call somebody. Yeah. I
Um,
think this is very loose because this is GM list, so I think it's very loose with like a lot of narrative,
yeah, be very
a
narrative.
lot of yes and improv. I
Yeah.
can't wait to play this with you.
What does the third one be?
We've got prepare and attack, and then we've got investigate and defend. And then I think for the killer, maybe intimidate. Maybe if you get like
Ooh.
a critical success on intimidate, she can't pick investigate next turn because she's too busy dealing with the ramifications of whatever you did.
Yeah.
So like you can't do it all the time because then you'll never get forward and you'll never get to attack. But occasionally, if you're like, she's getting too close, I could try, but you have to get a success. Like you have to
Yeah.
get a success on it, obviously, in order for it to work. I think it would be really funny to imagine them trying to intimidate you and it fails really bad.
That's a real, yeah, that is actually kind of funny. So I guess what would it be to intimidate? I mean, if we want like, an intimidating equivalent, but what would be the equivalent of that for the final girl?
I know, girl. She can defend, she can investigate, or she can. Well, usually what they want from the final girl is that they want them to die, but they also usually want them to like atone for a certain thing.
Yeah.
So the final girl's friends are all dead. She doesn't really probably have like a soul except for like, well, like that's like close to her. So if we're in her final hour, maybe the third thing that she can do is straight up run.
Just run.
Like
Yeah.
change location.
Run. Yeah.
Fucking keep moving.
Yeah.
Because that's like always that's always kind of like the thing like in horror movies is that like you get a really epic chase scene or you have like a really like epic thing of them really running for their life trying to defend themselves by getting distance is by somebody being like run, and then the musical bass will drop and the music goes and they fucking book it. And your adrenaline is high and their adrenaline is high, so I think run is like a really good one because that one is basically like I want to get some space. So maybe if they choose to run, then if they choose to run, the killer can't attack next turn.
Ooh.
Because they're busy chasing.
Yeah.
So they can't execute their little flawlessly done thing because this bitch has changed locations.
Ooh, okay, so then I guess my question would be, because I imagine, so defend would give an advantage on, I guess, on an investigate, I guess.
Yeah, I think, defend could absolutely give an advantage to investigate because it's like, sometimes you learn something because that's often that thing, right? Is that they'll have a skirmish in a movie and then
Yeah.
like I get a piece of your clothing or like I
Yeah.
Scooby do it, like I have a piece of your like in I can't think of anything else, but like in Scream 6, there's like all of the different Ghostface masks from all of the different movies, and
Yeah.
some of them are very old. And when they pick them up, they're like, "This is really old. This is not the one he was wearing." And
Yeah.
then they learn more. It's like, "Oh, this person has access to old shit." So maybe if you get a defend, basically like you've defended yourself, you've got away from for the moment, or you've managed to like stay alive for a little bit longer, and you learned. You maybe have like a little clue that helps you with your next investigate. Because just having the mask doesn't mean that you understand what it means.
What it means, yeah.
But if you do the next investigate, you're like, oh, I had this and I can put 2 and 2 together more easily because I defended myself earlier. Like I heard them grunt. I noticed they have a bum shoulder, and like this creepy gym teacher always has a bum shoulder,
Yeah.
So I think that's like the moves. And then I think when you're making your character, the killer has to choose an urban legend to theme themselves around. So you have to choose an urban legend to theme yourself around. You have to choose a name. You need a cool killer name.
Yeah.
You gotta have a newspaper worthy name. And maybe you can just decide like a signature weapon, like just kind of like fun stuff. This is just narratively fun. And like I don't think you should decide your motivation. I think the final girl should decide what her secret is. What is her
Yeah,
secret tie to you? What did she do to you? Or what did
yeah,
somebody in her life do to you? Like, what's her tie? So she has to choose that. And I think the final girl chooses the setting, like where you guys are at. Are you at
yeah.
her hometown? Are you at college? The final girl chooses the setting and obviously her own name.
Obviously, yeah.
Yeah. And then like final girl, just a concept. You can be whatever gendered girl you want to be. Final girl is a state of mind and a status.
Trying to go to title and a state of mind. You can be any gender and be a
You
defined.
can be a final anybody you want. As long as you're the last one standing, nobody cares. Just vibe.
Yeah.
So I think that's character creation, and that's like who we set us. That's how we get there. And then I think we should just do the D6. So
Yeah.
a 5 to 6 is a critical success, right?
I feel like I guess yeah, if I just say critical success, so
Mhm.
that mean like a 4, 3, and 4 just a success or
Yeah. I think 3 or 4 is a complicated success. I always love
complicated. Yeah,
having something where it's like it worked, but I think only enough for narrative, not enough to give you the advantage.
yeah,
And then you basically just get to like kind of advance the story a little bit, but you don't have a mechanical advantage. And then 1 to 3, you need to fail like real fucking, or maybe 1 and 2, you fail real fucking bad.
yeah,
And if you fail real fucking bad, that's narrative, but I also think it could give you a disadvantage. So you have to do like maybe a -1 on your next roll, whatever it is.
yeah.
And then you just have to narratively figure out what the fuck it looks like for you to like fuck up what you were trying to do real bad.
I would even say maybe make a 1
Uh-huh.
a like you fell in fucking bed. So I can if we do
It's
1 to
true.
3, that's 50% of the
That's true.
time.
Or
I feel
one
like
to
it's like a
one to
spiral.
two,
1 to
because then
2?
it's equal. It's
Oh
one
yeah,
two fail real bad, 3
yeah.
4 narrative success,
I actually like that. Yeah,
5 6 real good success,
yeah,
serious success. Let's see, and then in order for the final girl to win, she has to get those 5 like full success investigates. Like she needs to get 5 full success investigates to
yeah,
unmask the killer. The killer has to attack with a 5 or a 6 5 times for this to be the end of the final girl.
yeah. No, I like
I
that.
think that's great because we have like very clear win or lose.
Yeah,
And there's only going to be one person standing. There's really no way to have a stalemate. And there's so many ways to play this because there's just so many urban legends. I mean, an urban legend is anything. I mean, off the top of my head, I think I know like 15 urban legends that I
I need
just
to
grew
know
up with.
what's an urban. I'll be so honest, and it's so
You live in
unfortunate.
England.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of what urban legends I had nearby. Um, I don't know if I had many.
Do
I
you have
have
the
like
flower shop
flower shop.
one? No, it's the one where there's a flower shop that like will always stop like a really beautiful woman and give her a free flower, and it's this beautiful black rose. It's not dyed, it's like natural.
Yeah,
And then
I've
if
never
you keep
had.
it in your, and then she warns you, she's like, don't keep it in your bedroom. And then one woman will put it in her bedroom, and then she will wake up and a hand is coming out of it, and she freaks
I've
out and she
never
cuts
heard.
it
That's
off.
so
And then when she
cool.
comes back the next day to tell the florist what happened, the florist is missing a hand.
That's so cool. I don't think we had stuff like this. I don't know. Maybe I just didn't listen. But also like
I love
I
this
know a lot
stuff.
of creepypastas, and I
Those
feel
are,
like
I mean, those
those
are
creepypastas.
basically urban legends
Yeah, I
now.
don't know creepypastas. I don't think everything else I have that's like close to urban legends are more like folklore, and I feel like that's
I
slightly
think that
different.
works too because
Yeah,
a lot of urban legends are originally folklore. I
yeah,
mean, they're the same concept of basically like don't go into the woods at night. It's
yeah.
fucking stupid. And it used to be the goblins will get you, and now it's the hook hand car door man. You know,
Again, cardboard man. Good damn.
whatever it takes to get you to stop going in the woods at night unsupervised
Yeah.
is basically the idea behind so many urban legends. Is like don't do this shit, please.
The one I know that like still
Mhm.
sticks with me because like it's very very ingrained in Nigerian culture, and it's I think it's like goes across many cultures. Because I've talked about this with other friends, and they have similar things. But my mum would always tell me that if I ever heard someone call my name, and I'm not sure I know who it is, I shouldn't respond.
Same.
Yeah, and then
A
instead,
lot of
well,
indigenous cultures have that one too. I have that too.
yeah, yeah, like I shouldn't be like yes, I should be
No,
like who is
don't
it?
say anything. That's the thing also about like
Yeah,
don't whistle at night is because a whistle or like singing or humming is like the only universal exchange that works throughout any language. And that's an immediate like
Oh,
energy exchange.
yeah.
That's an immediate invitation.
Interesting. I didn't know that
Hmm.
one.
Yeah, don't whistle at night. It freaks me out. If my friends try to do that like in public, I will immediately be like, shut your mouth. I'm making it home safe. I don't know about you. I think that's the game. I think
Yeah.
do you see anything missing? I don't see anything missing.
No, I don't think so. I guess who starts the session? Is
I
it
think you could
killer?
probably I think the killer should because it's kind of like that's how like a lot of movies open, the cold open of the killer. Like
Yeah.
maybe we could say that the killer gets to narrate killing the last NPC.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's how like the cold open usually starts. I was thinking about like the Jada Pinkett Smith opening to like Screen 2.
Yeah.
Is one of my favorite cold opens in a horror movie ever. I think she acted her ass off in that one. Is absolutely beautiful. So you start by narrating it and then having your turn.
Yeah.
And then we jump into the final girl. Maybe in her first turn, she gets to kind of say what's up. And then also just like as a note, like we said earlier, is you can react to whatever that person just did, like narratively, and
Yeah.
then do your action.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So reaction
Woo!
is purely narrative then.
Yeah, I
Okay.
think so. Because
Yeah.
like you don't get to decide whether or not it was successful. We had that in the
With
dice
the
roll
dice.
before.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's amazing. Technically we yapped for a couple minutes, so we finished the game a couple minutes ago, but
Oh,
we still have like 2 minutes. We still have 2 minutes left, and I think we're done.
oh yeah.
Oh, we need a title.
Oh yeah, title. Um,
I'll let you do the honors.
oh, I actually don't know because part of me would just be like, what if it was name a final girl? But I don't know. But the urban legends part is
Punchy.
actually a decent
Hmm.
playing this as well.
We can also straight
Um,
up call it Urban Legends. They're not going to sue us. That movie's old.
I honestly think urban legends kind of
It bangs.
fits. Yeah.
It bangs. Yeah. I like it. I think it's great. I think we're keeping it.
Yeah. I like
Awesome. Oh my God. I'm going to play this a million times. I'm going to play this a million times. Oh, we're about to play it in a minute. So, just to summarize, you are a serial killer and a final girl trying to reach the bitter end by trying to reach the bitter end, very literally, in whatever setting you guys chose, until death does you part. And that is Urban Legends. Amazing. So we're gonna go on break and we're gonna come back and we're gonna play it, which I think is so fun because we designed a duet game and we're two people, so it's perfect. And I can't wait to play it. So we'll see you guys after the break. And again, I can't wait to see what you guys come up with, inspired by this movie and prompt if you've seen it. And we'll see you guys very soon. Hi, everybody, and welcome back to 20-minute TTRPGs. We yapped. We made a game in less than
yeah.
20 minutes, but actually in less than 16 minutes, I believe.
Oh hell yeah.
So we did we were tight on that, as I knew we were going to be. And now it's time to start like just a bit of a playthrough with the two of us. Any excuse for me to play with you, I will take. So we're going to play through this game. And we're going to kind of riff it a little bit because we probably don't have time for a full session, but we're going to play about like 10 minutes of the game, show you guys how it goes, and see what kind of story and narrative we come up with. How are you feeling? How was it to design the game? Was it fun?
That was good. That was fun. I definitely I could feel myself getting stuck at the beginning, but then you kind of guided me through it, and then after that, I was like, okay, I get what we're doing now. I can go with the flow of this now. I'm really excited
Yeah.
to play what we designed here.
Me the fuck too. So first and foremost, we have to figure out who we're playing as.
Yeah.
So do you want to be the killer or the final girl?
I'll be the final girl purely because I don't know any urban legends.
Legends. Okay. Oh God. Okay. I the problem for me is that I know too many. And now I'm trying to be like, oh, like technically I should be absolutely living for this of like I get to figure out who I would be if I was a themed serial killer. How cool is that? I love horror. I watched Saw 2 again last night for the billionth time. Let's see. I think there's I could do the flower shop thing, the one that I told you.
Oh, that'd be fun. Yeah.
Yeah, because to be fair, we didn't say it can't be a little supernatural.
Yeah.
So I can kind of mix both because there's like a lot of different plants with a lot of different things. So I could I could be leaving, like having killed all the NPCs. So I guess I have to start off with. I'll still keep it PG-13. We're not going to get gory.
Yeah.
Which if you play this by yourselves, get gory as you want. But I'm gonna say that I killed the last NPC. Maybe like your best friend. Because usually the best friend either goes first or like next to last.
Yeah.
So let's say that, or the love interest goes like last
Ooh, love
typically.
interest. Yeah.
So let's say love interest, and I got them via genuine, gigantic Venus flytrap, not associated with Little Shop of Horrors. I fucking hate that movie.
You
But
do?
I do hate it. I'm so sorry. The original 1930s one, I don't dislike as much.
Yeah.
But I watched that first, and then I watched the 80s one, and I didn't like the changes that they made because they were like really misogynistic.
Yeah.
And it wasn't a particularly feminist piece to begin with.
Yeah, no.
But it's also like it's a fucking old movie, so sometimes you're just like, okay, whatever. But then the changes they made, I was like, how dare you do this to Audrey? How dare you do this to my girl?
I can't remember what
Damn,
version
that
I
woman can
watched, but I
sing.
watched it for the first time last year. I love the music.
The
The
music is really
music was great.
incredible. I did have Feed Me Seymour in there for like a very
Yeah.
long time.
Yeah.
But then when she sang Suddenly Seymour, by the time she sings the song, I was so pissed off that I was just sitting there seething, being like, why is this absolute diamond of a woman with the most incredible voice I've ever heard suddenly come out of a person, singing about this wet sack of sand of a person. I also don't like the ending. They changed the ending for the 80s musical. Because because the Broadway, it's based off of the Broadway musical, it's not based off of the movie. And they changed the Broadway musical ending too, and they also took away like everything that Audrey had like in agency and stuff. They took that away in the musical, and since it's based off of the musical, it's not in the new movie. But in the original movie, she has agency, and she like tells him to like fuck off. Anyway, that's not the point. I killed your love interest with a Venus flytrap, and I left a little note that nobody can read about why I hate Little Shop of Horrors. That's just a personal aside for me. Maybe that's a clue later on. Who's to say? I think that if I were a serial killer, that's probably how people would get me, is that they would get me talking about something and I'd have such specific and irritatingly long opinions.
There's only one
They'd be like, this is definitely Angel. I just need somebody to say Saw kind of loud and you can find me in a crowd or figure out if I'm the killer. So that's me. So I think that I am I'm gonna say the Rose Killer, the Black Rose Killer.
Black Rose Killer. Okay.
The Black Rose Killer. That's kind of sexy. You are not a serial killer. It's just so enticing.
That's so fair.
The narrative. So let's say that I just killed a love interest with a Venus flytrap, maybe with like a bunch of little ones, like just a bunch of them. I guess if you have enough of them, they'll get the job done, kind of.
Yeah.
I'm sure I can. It's a movie. I have to figure it out. And so that was the last thing that I did. And now I'm going to. Can you roll down to the actions, please, Tracy? Cool. So we have our options. Okay. And I am going to prepare because I just killed somebody. So I think I'm like I don't think I need to intimidate you. I just killed your love interest. I think I'm intimidating enough currently. But I want to prepare because this is my finale coming up. This is what I've been working towards, is this. So I'm gonna roll. I got a 4, which is a narrative success with no advantage. So I don't get the advantage on my next attack, but I can say that I am stalking you very discreetly, and I learn more about your routines and habits.
Okay.
Maybe I learn a new piece of routine that I didn't know about before.
Yeah. And you just murdered my love interest.
I sure did.
This flat chat. So I think I've avoided any kind of greenery recently. Smart. I've seen that almost every one of my friends have died in some way related to a flower of some kind, some kind of greenery. I've done my best to avoid it. It's hard. Actually, where are we? I guess I get to choose what.
Yes, you have to choose a setting. And I think that for now you can keep it a secret what you decide your tie to me is, because we might reveal that at the end.
Oh, okay then. I think just to make it a little bit harder for me, the final girl, I think we're on a college campus, but I think it's like one of those like really green ones, where like almost everywhere you go, there's like patches of grass, trees, like a garden in front of most of the campus. Like it's almost impossible to go somewhere without gorgeous greenery.
So nowhere feels safe.
Yeah, nowhere feels safe now. Like, I think as I'm walking to class, because I can't afford to miss class. Even though my love interest just died brutally, I still need to go to class. I'm going like some of the shadiest back routes to get to the classrooms, like going through alleyways and little dens and stuff just to avoid the patches of grass
You're
outside.
like, they better pave paradise and put in a parking lot. I do not want to do this.
Yep. So I'm gonna take, and I think this manifests mechanically as uh,
Because
the
you're changing
run me.
location. Maybe I was kind of waiting
Yeah,
for you.
yeah,
Imagine I was up all night setting up the botanical gardens and you didn't fucking
yeah.
go.
And I just avoid it entirely. I get like a through the student email, I get like a new garden's been planted recently. Come at X like 1 p.m. to check
Yeah.
out the flowers. And I'm
It's
like,
like, no.
I'm not doing that. I'm avoiding that. Let's see, let's roll. I'll roll.
I
I
tried
rolled a
to lure
6.
you via email. It's 1998.
Yeah. I rolled a
All right.
6, which is a
Oh, you had a
success.
critical success running.
Yes. So
Oh,
I
fuck
run and
yeah.
you cannot attack next turn. So I
No,
flee. So I managed to avoid the greenery, and
so good.
um I think it's still like a campus town, it's like a university town. So I think that I'm still within that kind of area, but I'm staying like on the streets. I'm staying like in with a friend who maybe
Yep.
graduated already, or avoiding any kind of school activities and just doing anything outside of the school itself
Okay.
right now as I
Okay,
avoid
okay,
this and catch
okay.
my breath.
Okay. Well, I have briefly been outwitted. But you know what thrives in adverse conditions and concrete? Weeds. You know
And
what
that is
weeds
true.
are? Plants.
Yeah.
I'm still in this. I've still got this. It's like the serial killer giving themselves a little pep talk. Um, I think that now though, I'm gonna intimidate.
Okay.
And if I get a critical success on this, then you can't investigate me next time. So
True.
let's see. Let's see. Oh, I got a 2.
Oh, okay.
I tried to intimidate you and it didn't work. What does that look like? So first of all, I get a disadvantage of -1 on my next roll. It's not looking good for the Black Rose Killer, I'm not gonna lie. Looking kind of bad. I would say that I tried to intimidate you maybe by having like plants show up more and more, like kind of like finding where
Yeah.
you are. So I've like found the apartment and I'm trying to like plant and put pots like basically like that just start appearing kind of like to frighten you or whatever. And I think maybe you closed the window and
I
didn't see them. And now I'm just standing outside of the building like
I I would even go as far as to say, like, you set the pots down and then, like,
oh god.
like, um God, what I why do the trash man, the people that come to collect garbage just
Yes.
comes and collects
You
the
just yeah.
is
And I hear them all
collecting the
breaking and I'm like,
yeah.
I'm killing the trash man, just to be clear. I'm irritated. I may not have succeeded in intimidating you, but I can kill him. And now I have his car. He killed my babies. I think it's also a thing of like a kind of a poison ivy thing of like he killed all my plants. I'm gonna kill him.
Yeah, you have to kill him, yeah.
Hmm. Okay.
Oh,
Damn.
I love that. Okay, so
So you
I
can do
can
whatever next now.
yeah. Okay, I'm gonna roll. I'm gonna go for, think I wanna go for investigate, uh,
Hmm.
now that I have the chance to, and at least I think I'm in the clear.
Hmm.
Um,
It's because I'm
I'm
busy killing
roll.
the garbage guy 2 feet away.
Okay, I rolled a 5. That's a success,
Ooh, that is a critical
a
success.
critical success. Um,
Okay. So you learn a little bit more about me.
yeah, I think as, I'm investigating, I think I see as I'm heading out of the apartment to head back to my next class, because again, even though all of my friends died, I can't miss class.
Yep.
Um, I think I see a shard of one of the pots, left behind,
Mm-hmm.
and, I don't think they're labeled, but I think I'm like, I've seen these pots being sold, like, nearby.
Uh-huh.
Like, I've seen it in, like, a nearby, maybe it's like a big store that sells, like, gardening tools and stuff, or maybe it's like a small, like mom and pop store.
Maybe you've seen it in one of the several flower shops nearby, but you just
Yeah.
can't remember quite
Yeah, I just
which
can't remember
one
which
yet,
one.
but it's
Yeah.
getting there.
Yeah. So I like kind of pick
Ooh,
up this shard of a pot and I think pocket it. Maybe I can get to the
ooh.
bottom of this and hopefully stop this from them from coming after me, and I'll head to class.
Amazing. I am gonna attack. I'm gonna try to attack you while
Oh,
you're on your way to class. So,
oh,
because I think that you're avoiding as much as you can, but there's
yeah,
greenery all over the place.
yeah.
And, the university botanical gardens are quite big, typically. So, like, even avoiding them, they're still there. So let's see what I can do. See if I can attack. Fucking roll better this time. This is embarrassing. Ooh, I rolled a one.
Oh,
I
and you
should have
minus a
shut my
1 to that,
mouth.
so it's technically a 0 somehow.
And I'm -1 to that, so I fucked up so bad. First of all, I'm pretty sure I ate shit. I'm sure I fell on my face and I ate shit. It's turning into scary movie real quick.
Yeah, it's a comedy at this
It
point.
happens. That's you know what, and that's sometimes the funniest little moments in the movies when something like just goes a little bit wrong, and you're like, "Do you know what movie you're in? Be serious." So I tried to attack you. And it went real bad. To be fair, sometimes when you watch the killer attack in a movie, they make mistakes or they fall or they get hit in a way that is so undignified that you're like, oh,
Yeah,
goddamn, like
yeah,
that. Okay. So I think that's kind of what happens. I think I tried to attack you, but you heard me coming real loud, real loud. There was no element of surprise.
yeah.
You could have had time to turn around in full by the time I get there trying to attack you with gardening shears.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
just, you ruined my big moment. And so now I'm just kind of fraying a little at the edges and I'm
yeah.
just I'm just going for it.
Oh, okay. I guess
Mhm.
I guess I think I just fully, like, dodge out of the shears way, and I think I just, like, run. Like, I run, like, I throw, like, anything in my way in front of me to, like, put between
Mhm.
me and you and just absolutely run into the nearest, like, crowded, populated
Mhm.
area and,
Smart.
like, try and disappear in the crowd.
Smart, smart.
Oh,
See how good you are
okay.
at that.
I think I think I'm going to investigate. No,
Okay.
no, no, no. I think I'm going to defend.
Yeah,
I
maybe you
think
wanna
yeah.
wanna booby trap a little bit behind you.
Yeah,
Kind of be like,
yeah,
please don't fucking follow me.
yeah. Okay, that's another 5 for investigate.
Oh my
I mean, not
god.
investigate, for defend.
These dice like
Um,
you so much.
I'm gonna
You're
roll a
doing
1 just to wait.
incredible. So you got it. Oh, nice. So you have a little plus to it.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
So does that get me a +1? Do you or is that,
I think so. Yeah. Advantages.
yeah,
I think the base thing, since we have -1 is the other one, is that like plus
yeah,
plus one is the
+1
advantage in the
makes
other.
sense. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, so I get a +1 to my next investigate roll, and I think my defend is like what I said, I'm, like, throwing, like, any, like, trash cans behind me, to put in
Oh.
between as I'm running. I'm weaving between crowds. I run into a club, like, just the most populated, like, like, nightclub happening right now to, like, go away and being in public, but
Hmm.
also blend with the crowd and disappear with the crowd.
Very
Um,
smart.
and I kinda, like, watch you amidst them moving
Yeah.
by,
Yeah.
and I
Because I
think
I'm 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 disguised, but in a
yeah,
nightclub, that's not the weirdest thing in the world. It's dark.
yeah.
But I've got gardening shears out, and I might be killing some people on the way that are just in the way. But people don't notice it's fucking loud in there. People pull over all the time. I'm just like,
Yeah,
get the
honestly,
fuck
yeah.
out of my way.
Yeah. I
Very
think I'm, like,
violent serial
watching
killer.
them. Yeah, you really are, just, like, out in the open.
He was like,
There's no
get
selfies
out
going
of my way. That was one of my favorite things that they did in Melissa Barrera's Scream movies, when they had it in New York City, and they
Yeah,
had Ghostface attack them in broad daylight in
yeah,
public on the street. I thought that was very cool because you don't see that very often. So I think that's
yeah,
really
it's
cool that we're
very
in the
effective.
nightclub. Okay, so you had a really great defense, so you get advantage on your next investigate roll, but I can attack you,
Yeah,
and I fucking will. There's
okay.
not a lot of plants here, but you know what I think I have? I think I throw the shears, or they got stuck in someone. I don't know. I think I throw the shears, and we have a black rose, but it's like one of those like forever roses. It's like preserved in like resin,
Yeah,
so it's like hard.
yeah.
It has
Oh,
like
damn,
thorns,
okay.
like as a yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
So I think that's what I'm just trying to go for it. I'm trying to like kind of chase you maybe towards like the bathrooms.
Okay.
Because like it might be a good place for you to go because they have like windows and you could try to escape.
And climb out. Yeah.
Or I corner you in this motherfucker. So I think
Yeah.
I'm chasing you into that and I'm trying to attack you. I don't know what to say to you, Dice, because I don't trust you anymore. The trust is gone.
And you
I
already
might
have a
replace you.
minus another -1, which is wild.
Stop. 6.
Damn. Okay.
Oh, okay. Obviously, you're not fatally wounded.
Yeah.
I need 5. I need several of these to get you. However, I do have my first critical success of 5 that I need to kill you. So I think that maybe I get you in the shoulder. That's all I'll
Yeah.
say about that. I get you in the shoulder. I take the rose back though. You don't get to keep that yet. I only have 1, and I'm not the best prepared serial killer. And I've got you in the bathroom, and I think that would make it hard to climb, maybe.
Yeah.
You know, if you want to climb out
That
the
makes sense.
window. I mean, you're also like fucking injured. It just hurts. You know, it's
Yeah.
distracting. It's kind of a downer. And so we're kind of in a very smallish kind of space right now. I hope there's nobody in the fucking bathroom that was like taking selfies or whatever, because they're gonna have a real shit time.
Yeah. Oh, okay. We're trapped in the toilets in the bathroom. I think I have to investigate. I gave myself
Hmm.
an advantage of a defend last time. I
That's
have to
true. Have it.
like take the chance. So yeah, I want to do it. Ooh, okay. So I rolled a 4, but with an
Okay.
investigate, I get a +1, so it makes it a
Hmm.
5, which is
Which
success.
is the critical success. So you have
Yeah,
your second critical
my
success
second
of
crit
figuring
success.
out who I am out of 5.
Oh, I think it's a rose. I think I'm like starting to narrow down the shops where I can find roses like this. I don't know the throw of rose exactly, but I've seen like a normal rose of a similar color in a store, like in a flower shop nearby. But there are many flower shops nearby. But I think I've narrowed it down to at least like a couple, like maybe a few
Mhm.
blocks at the very least, a few neighborhoods. Um, but again, like it's nothing concrete. Um,
Right.
and I'm just gonna like back up against the wall in this bathroom, like
Oh hell yeah.
I think calling out for help, but we're in a club, so I don't know if my voice is
That's
really
not, yeah,
carrying very
probably
far.
not helping.
Yeah.
Let's see. I think we're each gonna have one more turn, and then
Okay.
we're gonna do a little bit of a reveal since we can't do the full game. But I can already tell that we could both play this game for hours.
Yeah.
And just go over and over and keep switching who's the killer, who's the victim. I'm gonna let's see. So you are investigating me. You are recognizing things. I see the gears turning in your mind, and I think I'm gonna straight up attack you again because I've got you
Again.
here.
Wow.
It's hard enough to try to
Yeah.
get you alone. So I'm in it now. This to me, I'm like, this is it. I gotta cry. I got a 6.
Oh my god, we're 2 and 2. Okay.
Ah, okay. If this were not PG-13, I would narrate a very epic little sequence. But for that, I will just say that you get caught with the rose one more time, different spot.
Yep.
Um, and maybe it's because you're so focused on it. You're so focused on me. You're thinking that I'm like you are not paying attention. You know,
Yeah.
and I have a little villain monologue thing of like reprimanding you because I'm like I feel emboldened. I've had 2 successes. I
Yeah.
feel
That's
like I
great.
feel like this is happening now for me. I feel
Yeah.
like it's going well, and I feel empowered, and strong. And so I'm having my little villain moment, my little villain monologue. And now it's your turn.
Ooh, okay. I'm definitely gonna run. I think,
Yeah,
like, at
yeah,
this
this
point,
is
as
smart.
I've been slashed twice now,
Yeah, it's smart.
I'm definitely gonna try and run. Um, ooh, I rolled a 3, so I don't get the advantage, get the narrative success of
You did dodge. You got away.
yeah, I go away. I think I, like, stumble out. I think the door bursts open, and, like,
Mhm.
2 or 3 people walk into the
Yep.
toilets and take you by surprise, and I take that moment of distraction to
Yeah.
run. Um, but I don't stop you from attacking again. I don't get the mechanical success there, but I do flee the scene.
Amazing. Amazing. And that is where we're going to leave this story of the Black Rose Killer and the Final Girl. And just for us in the audience, what did you decide was like your secret, like your tie to me? Like, why
I
am I trying
think
to
the
kill you?
tie yeah, I think the tie was that, yeah, I might as well, I wanna go for it. I think I was, like, a really mean girl,
Oh,
and I think
yeah.
I, like, maybe bullied a friend of yours,
Uh-huh.
to the point that it's like they up and left town, like,
Okay. Yeah.
cut contact with everyone,
And
even the
that's maybe
family
my
left.
only friend.
Yeah, and I was your only friend. Like, you were there long enough
Yeah.
with the friend to, like, see how much of a awful like, a bad effect I had on
Yep.
that friend of yours. And you're like, if I can't see my friend at the very least, I'm gonna have
Yeah.
revenge on behalf of them."
Yep. 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 I think so. I agree. I think that's great. And then I took over like a local flower shop and
Yeah.
I didn't go to college,
I
and
think the name was their
this like,
name was Rose. The friend's name was Rose,
uh-huh.
and that's why you took up the
Yeah.
yeah.
Amazing. Incredible. Well, it's clearly 1998 since I intimidated you via email.
Yeah.
So, that's long distance for friendships. That's hard. That's tough. That's tough back then without AIM
Yeah,
reliably. Although I actually
yeah.
think AIM is in the movie.
That's so funny.
That's like it's like a part of it. The killer uses AIM. It's great. It's an
It's
incredible movie.
actually I
Everybody
was
should watch it.
thinking I watched so many episodes of Pretty Little Liars, and the idea of, like, getting text messages and stuff from from A is so funny to me. So the idea of, like, getting an email from the serial killer was really funny.
Hell yeah. Okay, everybody, we did it. We've come to the end, and I could
Yeah.
play this game for a billion years, and not just because I love playing with you, but because it's so fun. It's right up my alley. So we're coming to an end. Thank you so much for listening and playing along, viewers, and a huge thank you to our wonderful, wonderful guest, Drak. Drak, please tell the audience where they can support you and find you, which they should.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm Drak or Drakoniques. You can find me on all socials at Drakoniques. That's Drakoniques. I'm mostly on Blue Sky though, so just add a .itch.io on Blue Sky to find me there. Um, yeah, I do a bunch of TTRPG stuff where I'm writing, producing, performing. Just search follow me on socials to find out what I'm doing at any given moment. It's probably the best way to be kept up to date. Yeah, thank you for having me.
Of course, I had a wonderful, wonderful time with you here. And to the viewers, again, thank you so much for watching 20-minute TTRPGs. And remember, I want to see your games. We all want to see your games, even if they're just sketches, ash cans, and outlines. We want to see them, and you can submit them on itch at the jam that is linked either below in the description or in the chat for the 10 and 20-minute TTRPG Mega Jam. Can always submit at any time, just as which episode basically of which show you were inspired by, and it'll pop in and I'm going to see it, and I'll make sure to read through all of them, interact with them. You guys have submitted some really cool, amazing things that I would have never thought of, and it's been such a joy to watch. Also, if you want to play today's game, soon you will be able to. Not only will all of the games from the creators eventually end up on their itch pages for you to get the PDF for, all of the games together, plus a secret special bonus game that I designed with our amazing producer, Darcy, are going to be in a zine, a physical zine or a digital one, depending on which you buy, that you'll be able to get in a couple of months already, that we are going to be releasing with +1 XP. So I'm very, very excited about that one. I will be starting to lay out work on that immediately. And you guys should keep up with us. We have a landing page now, so you can put your email in and be notified when it starts to release, so you definitely won't miss it. So thank you so much. Please make sure that you share these games, share the show if you enjoyed it. Make sure to support us everywhere. Please make sure to keep up with Euphoria and follow us on our socials listed below. You can find my socials as well, either in the chat or listed below to keep up with me. I will be picking back up with the solo version of the show where I design something in 10 minutes because I don't have enough stress. Once a month, pick that up starting now so you guys can continue to have your fix until maybe we get to do this again. Who is to say? I am not to say, but I am hopeful. So make sure to tell everybody how much you liked it so that we can see if we can do that. And make sure to
Yeah.
follow our amazing guest and join Euphoria's Discord so you can really keep up with everything. As always, I am Angel Amore, and this has been season 1 of 20-minute TTRPGs. So I will see you next time. And remember, if you can tell a story, you can play a game. Fuck ICE, free Palestine. Bye.
Oh yeah.